Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Glad to have everybody here on the live stream. We're doing a little bit of a different time, so we'll see how that works out for everyone. But I just want to get everybody updated, keep everybody posted on what's going on. We got Will Russell, Joey, Slicky, and the crew. George, Latch, Victory. Looks like Joseph just joined the Max Ready Room. That is awesome. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. I'm actually going to turn this light down. It's a little bit bright. Hold on one second. There we go. Much easier on my eyes because we're probably going to be here about an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick overview of what's been going on so far. Today, I released a video on the F-15E Strike Eagle. And then additionally, there was a plane crash in LaGuardia with a fire truck. I'm going to release that video at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So 1 hour from now, we'll have the moderator, Sarah, Max AB producer. We'll go ahead and remind everybody to check that out right after this ends. So this will end right around 2 o'clock. Love having everybody here in the chat. We'll keep you guys updated on the latest breaking news with the Iran war. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We'll wait for a thumbs up from producer Sarah. Let's do, oh, wow. Okay, cool. I can actually start a members only in 30 minutes. Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Producer Sarah, just so you know, now I can actually have it switch to members only at a certain time. Okay, we got the buffering thing. So let's try this again. Here we go. Oh yeah, and we got to get new internet. So that's going to be a part of the super thanks today. We have a plan, but we'll get the new internet going for sure. So, all right, here we go. Now we're good. Okay. Let's go ahead and start a goal. All right, we'll do a 20, we'll do a 30 super chat goal today. So timer, we'll go 45 minutes and keep Sarah out of Tehran. We gotta keep, that's pretty much been the goal for every one of these live streams, but we're gonna do it again today. Out of Tehran. We got to keep her out of there. I'm not afraid to use the same goal over and over. All right. I know I need to get off dial-up for sure. Okay, here we go. So here's kind of just some of the latest breaking news. This video actually just released 57 minutes ago. So even though we have the negotiations going on, okay, producer Sarah, we'll get you the internet number. I think she's torn between Starlink and dial-up. So it's either going to be dial-up or Starlink, I think, at this point. We'll see. Wish us luck on that one. But if we get enough super thanks, then, you know, we'll obviously probably get Starlink. All right, here we go. So this strike footage was just released 57 minutes ago. So here, let's look at this here. So this, to me, looks like a ballistic missile. Looks like a single ballistic missile on the back of this. Could be a drone body, but I'm seeing more of a ballistic missile look there. And then there's that strike. I mean, I just think it's really cool that CENTCOM is providing us civilians with actual strike footage of what's going on right now. I just think that's really awesome. And then these, so as you can tell, let's go back a little bit. Yeah, so these right here. So obviously they've determined through various sources that there's a ballistic missile in the back of this truck. So there's lots of different ways and means to figure that out. Think about drones, lots of different ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. But you can see this kind of ramshackle little post is probably, you know, where some of the IRGC is living, and they're using this to, you know, run this small detached ballistic missile. And this is what makes it so dangerous, is these little outposts can be detached, right? And that's what they've created. They've created a system where their ballistic missile launchers are detached. So they're not actually connected to a C2 network anymore, not a command and control network anymore. So now they're just focused on detached operations so that they can cause havoc throughout the Gulf as these different negotiations kind of start to take place. Sounds like the negotiations, you know, President Trump decided to start the negotiations from a place where he determined that the regime was weakened enough to where they're actually going to make the concessions that they should have made before. You know, before it said up to 10,000 of the IRGC has been taken out so far. So And then when we go into the target imagery, I want you guys to just look right now at this actual landscape. So to me, this looks like a little more deserty terrain. And this is the type of landscape we've been seeing a lot, like right next to the Straits of Hormuz. So we'll dig in a little bit and see if we can find areas where this would actually have been, but we'll keep going a little bit more. Yeah, that ballistic missile is not going to be used anymore. And then this, look, let's see what this one is. This looks like a drone, I believe. Let's see. I believe that's a drone, kind of hard to tell. But whatever it was, it's not what it was before anymore. And then another truck being hit. Let's rewind that a little bit more. Yeah, so that's mobile. I don't know. I'm going to say drone launcher just because it's a squattier, shorter truck. And then this one has some trees around it. So this one's probably going to be more towards mountainous terrain, maybe center part of the country. But yeah, definitely more mountainous terrain. And that's being hit. And this is, okay, so one thing I want you guys to look at. So this is thermal imagery we're looking at right now. And so you can see they went to a black hot. This is, I think they just shifted to black hot. Let's see. It might be black hot the whole time. Yeah, this should be white hot, I believe, because I think these trees are going to be less warm. And then boom, black hot. Obviously, that's going to be the biggest part of that strike, the black part of the imagery there. And then this is actually like some sort of just night vision or IR, likely. So lots of targets being struck. If you saw the video that I released today, the drones being struck is kind of one of the main things that the F-15Es are doing, which is huge. F-15Es striking drones, and they're striking likely a lot of the production facilities as well. So you can see here, just a very nice little fighting position or launch position for this drone. Could also be a ballistic missile or even a medium range ballistic missile as well. This could be this almost looks more like a surface to air missile launch site to me. Like you typically wouldn't need this kind of a launch site for a drone. Like the drone can just launch from the back of a truck, launch from different shipping container looking type things. And this is more of like almost like a little fighting position type thing. So that's that. And then I think there's someone who's trying to get me to debate them. The Max AB producer, Sarah, told me about him. And here's the thing. There's like literally no chance of me debating you if you're going to spam my live chat. Like I'm not even going to say the person's name that's trying to debate me. But if you're going to come into the feed and spam the feed with 1,000 different spam messages that say Ryan should debate this person, you're going about it the wrong way, because then if I debate you, I'm rewarding bad behavior. I'm rewarding spammy behavior. This is like that person, if you're in front of someone live and they just won't let you get a word in edgewise and they're like, do this, do this, do this. Like, that's not how life works. So anyway, for those of you spamming the chat, getting me to debate someone, you're basically completely decreasing any chance I'll ever debate that person. So if we've, Max AB producer has told me we've had like hundreds of those messages for the spam come in. So maybe after 100 lives without having a spam from you, and maybe come in and support the channel, maybe come in and be a good person, and then maybe we can talk about a debate. Come in, support the channel, bring in some people to help, become members or something like that. That'd be huge. And then if you guys want to throw in a super thanks, I'll be looking at the questions. So let's see, we got Gingy, we got Fun, we got V Parts, we got Tim Asalin, Chronix, Anthony, Pirates. Good to see everybody in the chats. Nice. We just had a super thanks come in. Father of Chaos. Sometimes you seem to want moderator help, so I watched some how-to videos. I think I can do it. Okay, thanks for letting us know. We'll keep that in mind. Appreciate that, Father of Chaos. Thank you for being willing to do that. We'll leave that up to producer Sarah. If she wants that, she will let me know. We've got her and D Stu as the current moderators, but thank you for that. Appreciate it. Good to see everybody. Darth, fun videos. Pirate, government hates this channel. Nice. Brent, Pirate. You guys know I'll just read I'll basically be like Ron Burgundy and read any of the different points there. So appreciate you guys. What I might do at the end of this too is just do a members only to end at the very end. So we'll probably look into doing something like that potentially. So appreciate you guys being here. Max AB producer is in the chat, making it rain. She's got her high-powered microwave, also known as a keyboard. And we got a cold snap here, so I'm decked out in the jacket today. But again, that different position, you can see this one has trees around it, a little bit of a deserty type scenario there. Quam production plant. This was hit just as of March 9th. It was actually struck, and now they're releasing the actual target footage. But I mean, look at all the different, there's a lot of different other targets around this thing. So it's like, man, there's still a lot more targets to be struck in Iran, even as these negotiations start to take place. You know, that's why we're seeing today, 57 minutes ago, multiple drone positions still being struck in Iran. So, man, just wild situation with that going on. Drones being hit. That's one of the big things, is just destroy their ability to launch these one-way attack drones. So I just saw a stat that said 1,700 one-way attack drones have been launched at UAE alone. That's just at UAE. So it just shows you guys what this regime is doing. So, you know, I'm really hopeful that the Trump administration won't make a deal with them prior to knowing that they can't do this kind of thing again. Because if we have an administration come in that doesn't have the wherewithal or the backbone to take care of business, they could just keep building all this stuff, you know, again. So I have a theory that, you know, militarily, they're going to be completely decimated, really no leg to stand on in the negotiations. And then that puts the U.S. in a place of strength where you can make sure this regime doesn't ever have the chance to get a nuclear weapon, ever. Like, I'm talking ever. We don't want this to just be a problem that's solved for a couple years. Like, we don't want our kids or grandkids to have to go do this again. We want this to be done. And that's just kind of standing up for those that have perished, right? I think 13 U.S. service members so far have perished. So we just want the ability to not have to have a conflict like this ever again, and have Iran become a member of the world economy. That's not a whole bunch of weird, you know, radicalized clerics building nuclear weapons and one-way attack drones. Like, we're about God, but we're going to build a ton of one-way attack drones and launch them into your neighborhoods. It's like this Medusa, like 8-headed like figure in like mythology that's literally being destroyed and killed, and in their death throes they're like, we're gonna launch drones at all your neighborhoods. It's like, man, just kind of shows the inner workings of the regime and who they really are, right? A zebra can't change their stripes. It's kind of how I like to look at it. So in today's video, we debunked the F-15 being shot down over Iran. They posted footage of an F-15 being shot down. I put it in the video for today. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. But ultimately, you know, they basically are like, yeah, we're targeting an F-15. They had like some pixelated images on a screen. It was pretty bad. I mean, they've had some, you know, decent AI videos come out, but this one was probably one of the worst. Let's just be honest. Let me pop back into the chat for a second. Nice. We've gotten 4 super thanks so far, or super stickers. Let's see. If battleships were still around, could they have been effective in this mission? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the naval assets that we're going to see, I mean, the USS Boxer and the Marines are not even there yet. So yeah, there's deals being talked about, and I think this is kind of good. So Iran has tapped along the world and the US for decades. Sorry, I'm just getting a message from Newsmax real quick. It says, we're expecting a presser. So sorry, let me just see what Newsmax just said. I was just on Newsmax earlier and they just sent me a message here. This isn't me humble. This is not a humble brag. A presser, would you be able to rejoin us and I can send you a new Zoom? We're expecting a presser. I'm going to tell them I'm in the middle of a YouTube live because I'm not going to leave you guys. I'm not going to. So let me just text. This is one of the producers at Newsmax. Let me just text them back and tell them, hey, I'm not leaving the live, but I'll be done with the live around 2 p.m. I'll tell them right now, I'm in a YouTube live, but will be done at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Producer Sarah, is that right? We'll be done at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Is that kind of the plan? Yeah, let me just see what he says. Okay, anyway, sorry guys. Newsmax has been great to me, so I want to make sure that I'm doing them their due diligence, but I'm not going to leave you guys. They want me in a presser is what he said right now, but I'm not going to leave you guys to do that. We're going to finish what we started. We're going to go through all 45 minutes So thank you for that super thanks. If battleships were still around, could they have been effective in this mission? Well, I think that's a great, a great call. Battleships, I mean, Iran's Navy was basically, they couldn't compete at all. Okay, cool. Max AB producer said we're good to go all the way until 45 minutes. You guys got me for 45 minutes. We'll probably do at least the last few minutes, members only. I'll see what I can do there, but that'll kind of be the game plan. But when you look at the naval assets, the thing I'm really excited about is the USS Boxer. Let's see if we can find some images of that or see what anything is going on with that real quick, because that's an amphibious assault ship. Here it is right here. So Marine forces surge towards Middle East. A second U.S. amphibious strike group deploys it's a second one. Okay, actually, I didn't put that. Okay, it makes sense because we've got the 31st MEU, Marine Expeditionary Unit, on its way as well, but also a coalition of partners of nations that are going to be there to open up the Straits of Hormuz and focus on striking down Iran. But this is a really cool video. 4,400 Marines signaling a major buildup in the Gulf. Dang. Okay, so it's USS Boxer, USS Comstock, USS Portland. They are sailing with 4,400 Marines. So it's an amphibious strike group signaling a major buildup in the Gulf. Ooh, this might be a good video for tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to do a poll while we're thinking about it. So I will add that to the poll. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and throw that up there. But USS Boxer potentially making its way there. U.S. rushes thousands of Marines to Middle East. USS Boxer group deploys early to confront the Iran threat. Nice. What do we got there? F-18s? Little F-18 flyby of the Marines. Probably some Marines involved there as well. Nice missile launches, rocket launches. Those are perfect for striking down drones. You see that little cap pop off? It was like a little cap. And then this is it being resupplied. They're basically getting their energy drinks. That was basically a whole bunch of energy drinks flowing in. It's Max AB Producer's energy drinks that she's making. And there you go, inside of the amphibious assault ship. So likely these, if needed, you could go onto Karj Island. Karj Island could be retaken. Nice. Beautiful helicopter there, making moves. And yeah, Karj Island could be retaken. Amphibious assault ships can be used. So there's that. Okay, here's something coming up. The U.S. Army is preparing to deploy the 82nd Airborne Division to the Middle East region. We don't know if that's confirmed. This is just this random person on X. United States Department of Defense deploying 3 warships, USS Boxer, USS Comstock, USS Portland, and 8,000 Marines to Middle East as the war continues to escalate. That was just a few days ago. So yeah, let's put that in there. USS unleashing second amphibious group to the Middle East. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw that in there. Might as well. Okay, we got Christopher Moody, one of the members. One thing George W. Bush said that I agree wholeheartedly with: hope Trump embraces we don't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, you can talk a little bit about the energy infrastructure because, they are impacting energy flows somewhat, but yeah, you don't want to negotiate with these terrorists. I completely agree. We don't want to kick the can down the road. I agree. Vic the donkey, we're there. Let's get it done. We got an administration with a backbone. Are the IRGC still patrolling the streets? Yes, I have heard that they are still patrolling the streets, and they're still, saying they're going to kill members of the population if they find them in the street. That's what I've heard so far. Cool. Let me go ahead and throw up a poll for tomorrow's video. What video do you want to see tomorrow? Let's see. U.S. deploys second amphibious assault group. Cool. U.S. deploys second amphibious assault group. U.S. unleashes. Well, I don't know if that's true about the Army. I'm going to keep doing some digging, guys. So let's see here. Yeah. U.S. Army preparing to deploy the 82nd Airborne. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true, so I won't put that in there quite yet. Thousands of Marines. Let's see. F-35Bs. Let's talk about that. Maybe that's something that can. U.S. unleashes Marine F-35Bs on Iran because those are going to be coming in with the assault group. So that's another option. Cool. And then one more option. Yeah, those are Ospreys on the deck. That's what I was seeing as well. So yeah, Ospreys are a part of that. F-35Bs are a part of that. And then obviously the F-35B is a beast. This is the USS Boxer, RIM 116s. So let's see these things in action. Man, that is a, it like pops the little cap off. It's like, boop. It's pretty funny, but it makes sense. You're in seawater. Okay, cool. Max AB producer is telling me to look at the document with member questions. Let's see. Trump administration considering plans to occupy or blockade Karj Island. Let's just maybe do a video on that. U.S. military may assault Karj Island. Karj. Okay. U.S. military, yeah, I can't put the whole thing. U.S. military may assault Karj. I'll just put that in there. So we got U.S. deploys second amphibious groups. U.S. unleashes Marine F-35Bs on Iran. And U.S. military may assault Karj. Start poll. Oh, let me see what Newsmax said. Let's see. I'll see if he wants me to join at 4 p.m. Might be too late, but I'm just going to let him know that I can. Cool. 2 assault ships, 2 assault groups, actually. So not just the ships rolling in. Okay, cool. He said we're good. No, the show will be out. All good, man. Okay. We'll tell him, appreciate him. If you guys saw, I was on Newsmax today, basically discussing the crash at LaGuardia. The crash at LaGuardia was something that I was reviewing. I got a lot of thoughts on that. I'm actually releasing a full video on that at 2 p.m. So at the time this live ends, right after this live ends, again, I'm staying with you guys. I'm not leaving. That video will release right at 2 p.m. So that'll be fun. You guys can pop right into that if you can. That'd be awesome. And we're trying out new times, different times. Honestly, I'm just trying to do things that work around family life. I got a little kid, got a girlfriend, so trying to work around all that. The super thankses have been coming in. Thank you. You're keeping Sarah off the streets of Tehran. I think her job in Tehran was going to be at an ice cream shop, basically making ice cream for the IRGC. So if you guys are able to give us a super thanks, it'll keep her from having to make ice cream for the IRGC. And all that goes directly to the Max AB producer. So I like to make light of this situation because at the end of the day, it helps me stay engaged and keep learning. So yeah, we don't want Sarah doing double scoops of ice cream for the IRGC. So if you guys can help out, throw in a super thanks, it would be much appreciated. White House statement on Karj Island. Oh, wow. That's actually winning. U.S. military may assault Karj. Ooh, okay. That could be a good video for tomorrow. I've been looking into that a little more, honestly. I've been reviewing ground news on that. I did an ad for them today in the latest YouTube video I released today. And they're on it. Like they're really cool. And this isn't, they do sponsor the channel, if I'm just being honest. But let me know if you guys want me to go to ground news during this live and just look at that article because they actually talk a little bit about Karj Island. So if I get enough people saying pop to Karj Island, let me know. But yeah, I do want to look at actually Max AB producer, also known as Sarah. I just like calling you Max AB producer. It just sounds more badass. And Sarah's like a small, cute, like blonde. And so Max AB producer just makes me feel like, it represents how tough she is because she is tough. She's a stick of dynamite. So maybe take some notes on was it Army Rangers? That was the rumor that was going in. Let's see here. I'll let you know. U.S. Army preparing to deploy 82nd Airborne Division into the Middle East region. So 82nd Airborne unleashed on Iran. That could be a video idea, but I don't think we'll do that one tomorrow. I think we'll focus on Karj Island. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to pop to ground news and talk about that. I can definitely do that if that's something you guys want. So USS Boxer. that's just like a stout looking amphibious assault ship. I mean, USS Boxer amphibious assault group. I mean, it just looks like it works out. It's like got like wide shoulders as it's rolling towards the Middle East. That's just badass with all those ospreys up there on top. It's so cool. US deploying thousands of additional Marines. Yep, we talked about that. USS Boxer, we talked about that. Trump admin considering plans to occupy or blockade Karj Island. Hey, why not? Pressure them. And this is actually really cool footage of that amphibious assault group. U.S. has intensified military deployments in the Strait of Hormuz over the past few hours. That was on March 20th that was being reported. Let's do the latest on the USS Boxer. Oh, wow. Here we go. Amphibious Ready Group is arriving in the Middle East in the coming days with more than 2,000 Marines, and the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit aboard the USS Boxer is expected to arrive. Yeah, so maybe Iran's like, yeah, that's expected to arrive. And then President Trump says, I'm pleased to report the U.S., country of Iran, have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. So I wonder what that will look like, because you can't negotiate with terrorists. Like, this regime is just, they suck. So I really hope that they're not negotiating with terrorists. Ultimately, you got to get someone new in that inner group who's in power. So yeah, talk to them all you want. I just really hope they don't allow them to get off easy. That's just all I'll say there. I hope that they get the job done. Okay, 82nd Airborne Division has arrived in the Middle East. Amphibious Ready Group of the USS Tripoli is expected to arrive in the Middle East in the coming days. So they've prepped the battlefield at this point. So, very interesting. U.S. orders more warships, thousands of Marines to Middle East. All right, man. So this is getting real. So I think Karj Island looks like that would be a good one for you. You guys want to see that one tomorrow. More assets coming in. Okay, additional F-16s, EA-18Gs, E-2D Hawkeyes are flying to the Middle East. USS Boxer en route, and rumors that say the 82nd Airborne Division might be on alert. So good. Like, I hope the Trump administration is like, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, sure, we'll talk to you guys, but also we're not giving up any of our demands. Zero of our demands. Like, you have new leadership come into Iran, or, and we allow these people to actually, rise up and be free, or nothing. I think that'd be the way to go about it. So I hope that's the way that they're rolling. So appreciate you guys. Let's see. We got Dan. Dan just sent 5 gift memberships. That's awesome. No, that is huge, man. Let's see who got gifted a membership. I think it'll show me up here. And then we got Matt Electrician, who also gave some Skyfrog. We talked about Skyfrog. Let's see these memberships rolling in. So cool. I think it's cool when everybody gets memberships, because then you get access to all the members-only videos as well. Wiring up a 1 megawatt generator, listening to the main man, Max. Matt the Electrician, let's go. Love that, my friend. Crush it. That's just so cool. I love the fact that people kind of listen to Max Afterburner, the channel, as a podcast, as they're doing other stuff, as they're doing real work, real things that are making the world go round. So, Matt, keep going, my friend. Keep crushing it with the electrician business. And it's just so kind that you gave a super thanks as well. While you're out there, your hard-earned money, you decided to give to the Max Afterburner channel. Actually, it's to Max AB producer Sarah, to keep her from being an ice cream shop operator at the IRGC's ice cream shop that's underneath all their hospitals. Yeah, we're sure that that's weird that all their headquarters just happen to be next to the hospitals, museums, and things like that. But anyway, I digress. Matt the Electrician, thank you, my friend, for that. I hope your day goes great, and hope work is awesome today. Max AB Producers, talking about the Newsmax spot I did. That was really awesome doing that. Really appreciated everybody supporting me on Newsmax, and Newsmax has been great to me. I highly recommend them. Marines do love to fight, says Doug Slide. Completely agree. Absolutely. Christopher Moody says, uh-oh. I'll pretty much read whatever the members say. Joseph sends an F-16 emoji. Nice. As a member of the channel, you get access to all those different emojis, which is cool. Darth Leon All those Ospreys on the deck, exactly. What intelligence assets are being used and what has been the most useful during Operation Epic Fury? Well, that's a really good question. So MQ-9s are one of the main ones that are being used. So MQ-9s, that's the workhorse, man. Those things, the Marines have their own MQ-9s, actually. They have their own fleet of MQ-9s. So I wouldn't be surprised that as a part of this amphibious ready group, if some of those MQ-9s can just, let's just say they might have some strategic ways to get those things airborne. We'll just say that. Now, hopefully, there's also things like the Sentinel. There's other drone assets. I think it's called the Omen. The Omen from Anduril. Yeah, if you check out the Omen from Anduril, let's see if I can actually find anything on that. Let's see how the poll's doing. U.S. military may assault Karj Island. So maybe we do like U.S. military ready to unleash hell on Karj Island. That might be a cool title. I obviously want to have the coolest title possible so that we get the most people to watch the video. And that's my goal when I make these titles. I'm like, how do I get the most people to see this video? Because, I'm biased, obviously, but I think the information that I provide is at least as factual as I can make it. That's all I'll say. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I try to stay tuned into truth as much as I can, and entertainment. I want to entertain you guys too, because I want to entertain myself, because I want to have fun. This is our life. Like Matt, he's out there working right now, and hopefully he's getting some entertainment out of this as well. We don't want Matt being bored. If he's more entertained, he's going to be better at fixing that 1 megawatt generator. I think that's what it was. 1 megawatt or 1 kilowatt. I don't know. Let's see. Let me double check on Matt. Let me see what he said. Wiring up a 1 megawatt generator, listening to the main man, Max. That's awesome, dude. So keep going. We got to make sure that Matt's entertained and focused so he doesn't cut the wrong wire. I'm talking about, that's how little I know about electrician and stuff. I'm talking about it like you're diffusing a bomb. But in my mind, I see Matt, he's out there and he's got like camo paint on, and he's like got like the green wire, the red wire, the black wire. And he's like listening to me, and he gets bored and he's like, wait, what wire was I supposed to cut? And then he hears me make some really random off the wall comment, wakes him up, and he's like, oh yeah, the red wire, snip. And he saves everybody. Pretty sure that's what Matt's doing right now. So Matt, keep going, dude. U.S. military may unleash hell on Karj Island. I think that would be a cool video. Okay, we got the super thing starting to roll in now. You guys are keeping Sarah out of the ice cream shops in Tehran, so please keep that coming in. What would be the IRGC's favorite flavor? Probably would be, I don't know. What's the flavor to have after you lose? Basically, it's going to be the IRGC tears. That would be the flavor. That's what I would say their favorite flavor would be. But it's pretty interesting. And I really like what I'm seeing because, yeah, there's negotiations starting, sounds like, behind the scenes for energy infrastructure. But we've got the 82nd Airborne, which is on alert. We've got the amphibious assault groups that are rolling in as well. So again, no deals with terrorists. I really hope that no deals with terrorists happen. That would just be a tragedy, I think, at this point, to stop short of anything but a complete and full surrender. And I think President Trump's got a backbone, and he said at the very beginning, nothing but ultimate surrender from the regime. So, and then Israel's in there likely targeting the leadership as well. So hopefully they're still going hard on that to keep these terrorists from tapping us along and making us think, oh, no, we're not going to make nuclear weapons anymore. No. We're good. We're done. You killed half of us, so now we're good. It's like, yeah, we're not going to trust you or believe you anymore. Okay, we got members rolling in. We got the super thanks rolling in. Observer 77 just became a member of the Max Ready Room. Yes, let's go. Welcome. Really good to have you here. At the end of this, I'm likely going to do just some membership questions at the end. So all the members can stay after we're done, but I'm going to give you guys a full hour. I'm not going to leave. Even though Newsmax tried to pull me away, which I appreciate them reaching out to me. I'm not leaving you guys. So we got Joseph with the F-16 emoji. I'm going to pull up the questions from members that the producer sent to me. Darth Leon, are those Ospreys on the deck? We talked about that. Yep, they sure are. We talked about the intelligence assets, but there's a lot more than just the MQ-9. There's actually, how do I say this? Aircraft that, okay. Hey, Max AB producer, should I tell them all the story of my recent flight back from DC and kind of, I won't give them any like, inappropriate details, but like kind of what I was offered and what that might have been, what kind of what that was. And I'll keep it all unclassified, obviously. But Max AB producer, let me know if you think we should tell the story. I think people would like the story because it's a little bit about intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. So just ask the people if they want the story. Yeah, just ask them if they want the story. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So we got Matt, the electrician, doing his thing. I'm just, Matt's in the background diffusing bombs as we're doing this live stream. It's awesome. Tonio Rivera says, you and Sarah keep up the good work. Thank you, Tonio. Appreciate that. Max AB producer. She's the one behind the scenes making all this stuff come together, which I really appreciate. Would you ever do a mainstream show? The Morgan show was a good watch. Yeah, I would do a mainstream show, but I don't know what you mean. What mainstream show you had in mind. The Morgan show was a good watch. Well, you know what? I'll do more Piers Morgan stuff because I've had people tell me to do more Piers Morgan. People tell me not to. But if you think I should do more of it, I want to hear from members. If you think that's something I should do. I had friends over last night and they kept telling me I should do more Piers Morgan. They were like, more Piers Morgan. We want to see you doing that. Oh, honestly, let me go to something on the background that's not boring. There we go. That's kind of cool. So we'll keep that there. That's way cooler than whatever the text was before. So at least we have that there. I appreciate you thinking Piers Morgan was a good watch. I think Piers Morgan's a good dude. I think he's got like a balanced perspective, which I really like. Iran may have the right to defend itself, but not the capacity. Yeah, Wes, I think you're right. I mean, they're going to try, but here's the thing. Iran's not really defending itself. They're defending the regime, right? So they murdered that 19-year-old superstar wrestler athlete just because he wanted freedom. And that's, showing their true colors. They want to murder the superstars that want freedom. And there's a lot more of those. So we got to, we got to hopefully give these people the ability to stand up on their own 2 feet. Exotic PV says, yes. Spill the beans on the story, please. Okay. Do you think that the F-35 VTOL is worth the money? Saltwater really does a number on the anti-radar paint. Yeah, it does. It really does, actually. I'm torn on that, to be honest with you, Darth. I think it's super cool, and I think it's a feat of engineering. Do I think there's better options, especially with things like the XBAT? Like the XBAT is so capable eventually, and it may not be in use now, but that's a vertical takeoff and landing jet. That's a drone. So I think the F-35, the selfish part of me that just wants cool tech out there is like, yeah, F-35B all day long. But the part of me that kind of knows like the capabilities and the reduction in efficiency as far as what it can carry based on that engine, I'm like, probably not necessary, but hey, super cool. And hey, in this country, we found fraud, waste, and abuse in so many places that I'm like, let's spend money on an F-35. Let's do that. Let's put the money there. I'm okay with that. So hopefully that helps answer that question. 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit as well. Okay, so wow, both of them. 31st MEU from Japan aboard the USS Tripoli, and then the legendary 11th MEU from US West Coast aboard the USS Boxer. Wow. Pentagon is reportedly sending the Wasp-class amphibious assault ship USS Boxer and the rest of its amphibious ready group, the ARJ, loaded with elements of the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit, MEU. This comes as Trump administration is reported to be increasingly considering seizing or blockading Iran's highly strategic Karj Island in the Persian Gulf as part of a new phase of Operation Epic Fury. Wow. Okay, cool. Oh, I know what the story that you guys wanted to know. Actually, let me go to a screen that's not boring while I'm talking. Well, at least let that sit there while I talk. So the story, I was flying back from DC, basically got offered to go fly some specialized aircraft. I'm not going to do it because honestly, right now I'm focused on YouTube. I'm focused on getting the message out. But for a civilian organization that likely is doing some sort of work with, let's just say 3-letter agencies. And what that would include would be modified Learjets, Gulfstreams, and things like that that have communication relay systems on them. And excuse me, one of the communication relay systems priorities is actually communication relay for special operations teams. So special operations teams have communication relays, which can basically pass information from higher headquarters to special operations forces. And that's just something that you want. Because when you think about some of the little crevices and cracks in Tehran, outside Tehran, now I'm not saying that there's special forces there right now. I'm not saying there's not special forces there right now either. But the communication relay aircraft can do ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And they can also just relay between special operators. So that was the story. Basically got offered to go fly some cool jets for 3-letter agencies. Tempting, but I would have to fully stop doing YouTube. So I think I'm making an impact on the world. This is my perspective. You guys can have your own perspective. I think I'm making an impact on the world doing what I'm doing right now because I'm trying to spread as much truth as I possibly can. I'm a man, luckily we got Sarah behind the scenes. I'm one man trying to give as much truth as I possibly can. And I happen to think there is a bit of a, it's like two forces battling each other, deception and truth. I'm trying to say as much on the truth side as I possibly can, getting you guys sources and information from the best sources possible, making them entertaining, and then giving them to you guys. That's my whole goal. Wes Downer says, Piers Morgan may actually convince a couple people. Oh, it just skipped. Sorry, the chat just jumped. Sorry, let me jump back up there. I want to see what Wes just said. Oh man, there's a ton of chats coming in. I'm scrolling all the way up. Piers Morgan may actually convince a couple people, but he's fairly leftist. Well, yeah, I mean, here's my thought on that though. Like I try to stay a little bit middle of the road, right? I want to keep an open mind. That's why ground news to me is cool because it'll actually show you like very, left-leaning outlets, right-leaning outlets. I'm actually going to pop to ground news for a second. Just because I think it's worth it for me to show you guys this. They're not sponsoring this live, but they're super patient, so I just want to give them a little bit of love. I'm going to go ahead and pop to ground news. Max AB producer, you can let me know how it looks, but should be good to go. Go ahead and pause for a sec as we kind of get through the buffering. Actually, let me just, I tried sharing it. I stopped it. Now I'm going to go share it again. Maybe that'll make it not skip, but let's try that. Okay, cool. All right, we'll see if that happens. We'll wait for a thumbs up. So ground news, Piers Morgan, I kind of like the idea of having information from both sides. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys how to think. I'm going to tell you how I'm processing through information. And like right now, I see the Trump administration doing a great job. I see them doing a great job. They've got a backbone, hopefully not negotiating with terrorists. That's one thing we really have to watch. Okay, Sarah says we're good. Max AB producer, can you take a note at the time, 43 minutes, and we'll just tell ground news that we talked about them here just so they know, just because I want to be like open and upfront that they are a sponsor of the channel, just letting you guys know. So take that with what you will, but I'll never tell you guys how to think. I'll never say you should, think this way politically. I'm going to try to provide you with the best information I can. And then you guys are smart. You guys can make your own decisions. But what I see right now is a really strong backbone from the Trump administration. The leadership seems solid and strong, and that's what you want during a high-stakes military operation. But something I really like about ground news is they tell you where the bias is. So let's just try, let's see. Trump approved Iran operation after Netanyahu argued for joint killing of Khamenei. Okay, we'll go to that one maybe in a second. Trump says he's postponing strikes on Iran power plants, citing productive talks to end war. Yeah, hopefully just not negotiating with terrorists. Just do not negotiate with terrorists, please. But as you can see here, bias distribution. So this is kind of cool. So this is showing that most of this, so this is talking about President Trump postponing strikes more on the Iran side. So there's different news outlets that are covering it. So like we can click here, we can click to Fox News. And you guys didn't see, I clicked on it and it actually takes you to that article. So it's not sharing the Fox News screen, but then you can click on like raw story. That's more of a left-leaning outlet. Center outlet would be BBC. And then right-leaning outlet would be like Star Mobile, Kronig, Zeitung. New York Post is kind of a little more center-right. So kind of cool there. You can see the different biases. So definitely cool. To see there. Oil markets reacted sharply. Brent crude plunged more than 14% to $96 per barrel. West Texas Intermediate falling to 84 as global markets are rallying now with President Trump basically saying, hey, there's some negotiations that could happen. But again, he's a master negotiator. So I really hope he's not negotiating with terrorists. That's just I'm really hoping that's not the case. We got to make sure these losses that we have, that we get the job done and we don't have to go in and do it again. But anyways, hopefully that gives you guys an idea of ground news, kind of what we're seeing there. But I use ground news quite a bit just to get the truth data and see kind of where the bias is falling with these different things. They were also a sponsor of the video today, but I've really enjoyed working with them. If you guys want the video I released today, there's a link there in the description and you can get a discount. You can get 40% off. We'll have Max be a producer. Go ahead and throw that in the chat. Just get the link from today's video that I released and throw that in the chat. So if people want, it's like $5 a month. I mean, it's the cost of a cup of coffee. So if you guys want that, you can get it. But I use ground news pretty much every day. So anyway, let's go ahead and pop to some target imagery, or actually we'll pop to geographical imagery of potentially where some of these strikes are happening right now. So what I did before, I popped to the screen, I stopped the share screen, and then I go back to the share screen. I think I figured it out. There's some glitch probably, but it seems to be working pretty good now. Negotiations will be held in Pakistan. Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Let the negotiations happen. That's fine. I love seeing veterans debate civilians. Yeah, it's fun. I saw the former CIA director, Leon Panetta. He was giving a speech saying how Trump didn't know what he got himself into and all this stuff. He probably got a nice royalty check for wherever he was giving that speech from. But he obviously didn't have any understanding of the actual Iran conflict. I've studied Iran for 10 years in classified briefings and for the U.S. military, for the Air Force. And the unclassified stuff is what I share with you guys. But this isn't a quick, easy campaign. And the Straits of Hormuz is the hardest part of it all. And that's maybe the last little vestige that the IRGC sees as something that can keep them in power is the Straits of Hormuz. We just can't let them have it. Can't let them control that area. Kind of like what Elon Musk posted. You can't let the world just kind of hinge on this one little strait actually being able to be targeted by the IRGC. No. So hopefully that's how it goes. Pronounced Kark. The end letter is like a book, not ch in church. Okay. Kark. Cool. I think I got it. Say Kark 5 times fast. So again, Wes, to your point, Piers Morgan. Yeah, but he might be leftist, but I'm probably a little I try to be center of the road, but now when I see the common sense, I'm with our military being led by people that I think are doing a great job, obviously I'm perceived as leaning more right, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I think President Trump, Pete Hegseth are doing a great job. And I said that on Piers Morgan as well. Actually, the lady I was debating against, she started saying stuff like, the Epstein files, that's why Trump went to war, blah, blah, blah. And I let her say her piece. She's like talking trash on Pete Hegseth. And I was just like, look, I think President Trump, Pete Hegseth are doing a favor to the world that hopefully our grandkids won't have to go back and do this again. So, but Piers Morgan gave me a platform to say that. So I think that's pretty cool. Have you ever heard rumors of generals defecting? I wouldn't be surprised. There's got to be some of these generals that are smart, but here's the thing. The hard thing is they've got a revolver to their head by certain members of the IRGC that are assassins. And they're told by higher leadership, if any of these generals start to defect, just kill them. So they've got to be very careful as well. The murder of that wrestler is an evil act. It really is. That guy's a super stud. Looks like just a world-class athlete, and he got hanged because he actually wanted the people of his country to be free. And then they killed 35,000 of their own people over the course of a couple weeks. Watching from Missouri, supporting our troops, and the best channel you. That's from Lady D. Thank you so much, Lady D. That really means a lot. I really appreciate you. Glad you're watching from Missouri. Missouri's awesome. As a War Thunder player in radar, what's the difference from Twiz and Twiz HDN? I don't know what HDN means, honestly. Twiz means track wall scan, so you already clearly know what that means. That's a setting, everybody, on a radar where you can track multiple jets at once. Exotic PV says, what is the best radar modes on fighter jets? High data track wall scan. That basically means you can see as many targets as possible. That's something I've done on my DCS videos. So if you check my DCS videos, that might be something that you'll see there. So let's see. Here we go. We kind of covered a lot of these things. Who controls Karj Island right now? Well, Some of the military infrastructure was taken out by the U.S. And Iran technically controls it, but that might change here soon. So that might be one of the best strategies ever. Will Marines take Karj Island? I mean, could be really cool. And that's actually winning in the poll today. We've got 700 votes. So if anybody else wants to vote and throw in a vote, that'd be great. And then Dan Starr gifted 5 gift memberships. That's huge. And if you guys have, if you can throw in a super thanks, that'd be amazing. We got halfway to our goal actually on the last one. We got 14 of 30. So pretty much halfway to the goal of keeping Sarah off the streets of Tehran. We can't have Sarah delivering ice cream in Tehran. So if you guys will please help her stay out of the ice cream shops in Tehran, that'd be very appreciated for sure. Someone just threw something in here that says building schools on top of IRGC bunkers, or the IRGC having their bunkers underneath schools, won't deter the USA. Well, the USA is very strategic and discerning at what we target, but under international law, if you build a military structure, facility, command and control, weapons area underneath schools or hospitals, it becomes a legal target. Now, the US will do everything they can to minimize collateral damage, but the IRGC uses human shields. That's what they've done for a long time. So let's check out Karj Island today. This is it up here. So it's pretty interesting because there's a lot of different islands over here, but a lot of the energy infrastructure is here on Kark Island, as it's said to be pronounced. So there's actually a runway there. The runway's been cratered, but if you're landing F-35Bs, you don't need to land the F-35Bs there. But if you're landing helos, obviously those could insert pretty much anywhere you want. And then lots of options for the 82nd Airborne, the Marine Expeditionary Units to do their thing here. Let's just see where some of the different areas might be. I mean, these are probably, member questions on the dock. Okay. Let me check that. Member questions on the dock is what Max AB producer is talking to me about. Cool. All right, I think I found it. Member questions. Also, it's not with a K on the end. You've been saying it right the whole time. Okay, Karj Island. All right. Member questions. Do you really think negotiations are going on? I hope they're minimal at this. I mean, Iran is saying they're not negotiating. Iran is saying the US is backing off and is scared. So like, guys, the regime is completely bonkers, off their rocker. As they're getting completely destroyed, they're like, drones, ballistic missiles, Like that's what they're doing. As they're saying, I think they have like a parliamentary representative who's supposedly doing some negotiations with the US. Cool, bro. You want to survive? Do what the US says. Do what the Trump administration says. That's what I think the negotiations should be. Iran has pulled out its secret weapons, magic wands. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, exactly. These are all member questions and statements, by the way. Are the IRGC patrolling the streets? Yes, but I've also heard that there are teams of people that are targeting those IRGC teams, but that's not confirmed. That's just from some internal resources that I have. So those teams of our IRGC members are likely getting picked off as well. They're not going to say they are. Oh, will you read this? That YouTube won't let me super chat. That's really weird that they won't let you super chat. I don't know. That's very bizarre. We'll look into it from our end and we'll see if there's something we can do. Keep Sarah safe. All the best from the other side of the pond. Awesome. So maybe you're from the UK. It's cool to see the UK kind of signing that agreement of partner nations that will keep the Straits of Hormuz open. That's awesome. Hello from Kalispell, Montana. Love the channel. Former active duty Army medic from 92 to 96. Nice. Thank you so much for being on the channel. Love having veterans here. And Kalispell is amazing. Watching from Missouri. I'll read that again because that's really cool. Supporting our troops and the best channel, you. Thank you so much. Max AB producer, how did you become a moderator, if you don't mind me asking? Well, Max AB producer, she does a lot of things behind the scenes for the channel. She's employee number 2 for the company. So basically anything from editing videos, doing the moderations. She's also my girlfriend. So just throwing that out there. Very, very amazing woman. She's very good at what she does. I'm very grateful to have her on the team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, right? Of course, I would never do that. But yeah, very talented. Really appreciate her work. But here we are. Here's this imagery here that we're seeing. As you guys can see, likely military-based hardware, lots of entrances to the ocean. So think boats, think underwater unmanned vehicles. And this is a big place where they basically, supposedly they track a lot of the different incoming ships for the Straits of Hormuz. Lots of infrastructure here. Who knows? At some point, Marco Rubio is probably going to be in charge of Iran itself and Karj Island. So, yeah, the U.S. has a lot of infrastructure that they're going to need to be in charge of for a while. Let's see what kind of boats they have here. Very interesting. So if you guys would, right after this live ends, go to my YouTube channel and watch the video that's releasing on the crash at LaGuardia, that aircraft that crashed. It's a CRJ 900. So please go to YouTube. Please watch that video. We'll have, right as we end, actually, I'll go a couple minutes over and we'll have Max AB producer put the link to that video in the chat. Just because that would help boost it in the algorithm and just it would help get it out to people. And I think it's got the latest breaking information on it as well, which would be huge. So again, Karj Island, lots of energy infrastructure here. This one looks like it has a little helicopter landing pad on the back of it, so that's interesting. They've built a lot of infrastructure here, guys. Again, this looks like a bike path. This is the Ayatollah's bike path when he's on his, fat-wheeled mountain bike as he's biking around with his robe on, just like, I'm such a good leader. I only killed 35,000 of my own people this year. Aren't I magnanimous? Such a good leader. That's the kind of weird, just what a weird regime. Just like gross. And then they take out one of their top Olympic athletes. Like, they're just gross. Disgusting leaders. They're not actual leaders. I wouldn't even call them leaders. They're tyrants. This is what tyrants do. But yeah, you can see the energy infrastructure. Yeah, very interesting seeing, how much oil is stored here. Cars, let's see, what do we have here? Again, a lot of energy infrastructure. It's one of the biggest things. I think probably a lot of C2 command and control nodes on tracking what's actually going through the Straits of Hormuz as well. So definitely something to think about. Here's a power plant on the island itself. And then again, guys, Iran launched a weapon 4,000 kilometers towards Diego Garcia. The capabilities that they have, they're increasing their amount of ability to strike. And seeing them launch that, it just shows, again, they don't care. They are not willing to negotiate. They're going down with the ship, guys. That's what it looks like to me. Can't negotiate with terrorists. Cool. Here's this little boat area. You see boat repair facilities. And again, this isn't like Iran is like, oh, we have boats. It's the marina for our people. No, they're like dual use boats, attack boats. Can we load these with explosives? That's their focus. That's their goal. So having studied them, a lot of their, in closed doors, but some of the stuff I could share with you guys, behind closed doors, they are focused on dual use. So they want all these boats to be used for explosives, suicide attacks. That's just what they do. And again, I'll say it one more time. If the chat's getting spammed by that person that wants to debate me, I'm not going to debate you, dude. Like, just stop spamming the chat. Like, it's bad behavior to spam the chat and to think that I'm going to respond well to that. Like, if you actually wanted to debate me, you would send people into the chat that would become members. You see how it works, right? I read the members' questions. Like, you haven't had one person become a member, and you haven't become a member yourself. You've just spammed me with whoever and your bots. But if you had people come in, become members, become like members of the channel that actually help contribute to our discussions and facilitate good discussions and good questions, that's the kind of person I want to debate. I'm not going to debate you who's spamming the chat. Like, I'm not going to reinforce bad behavior. That's not how life works. So there you go, guys. Marine Expeditionary Unit on its way. We just hit an hour. Max AB producer, can you go ahead and throw in another link to the video? It should be releasing here in a minute. Once that releases, If you guys could do that, that would be awesome. Yeah, we're not going to qualify any trolls in here. That's why I'm not even saying the name of the person they're trying to get me to debate, because they don't even have the brain cells to just become a member of the channel, ask the question as a member. At least, I mean, if they do it now, I'll probably be like, yeah, well, I mean, you should have done that 4 or 5 lives ago before you spam the chat, right? So Darth Leon, 4,000 kilometers is nothing. There is no threat to anyone. Well, happen to disagree. 2,500 miles, that's to Diego Garcia. That's coming close to within the reach of the UK. Skydog says most of those are little 50 horse Johnsons fishing, right? But they want those to be used for dual use purposes. So if you swarm with 50 of those things, even though they're only going, let's say 15, knots or whatever, that's still not an easy problem. And they want to be able to use those to swarm the Straits of Hormuz. And they have more advanced ones as well, for sure. So let's zoom out a little bit more. Karj Island. Yeah, as you guys can see, military infrastructure, Karj airports. But yeah, that's the island right there. And then there's another. Is there a runway here? Oh, there's a second one. Oh, no, it's not an actual runway. But it does look kind of interesting. Maybe underground facilities. Like, what is that? Interesting. Huh, because could that be some sort of an entrance into an underground facility? Does seem odd that now that's all covered up. Yeah, it's just a beach. Just the Ayatollah's Vacation Beach. Previously known as the Ayatollah's Vacation Beach. Yeah, and then let's see what kind of infrastructure we have here. Interesting. Very odd, guys. Lots of places for the IRGC to hide. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely looks very interesting as far as, what could be used for underground bunkers. But okay, Max AB producer, there she goes. She put the video in the chat. Please watch that video, everybody. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to pop to, let's see, a members only live stream in 5 minutes. And that's starting right now. So in 5 minutes, it'll go to a members only stream. If everybody else would just go ahead and watch that video, just pop to that video. You can pop to it right now. And I'll keep you guys posted on when the next live is going to be. And then please go watch that new video. It's on the recent crash of what happened at LaGuardia. So check that out. I will go ahead and end the stream on that. So let me pop back to it so that we can at least talk a little bit about where we go. I'll prep you guys for that. And I think this whole stream thing, if I go out of it and then back into it, seems to work. So let's go here to LaGuardia plane crash. Thanks for all the super thanks and member questions today, guys. Seriously, all that money goes to Max AB producer. There's the crash itself. Very tragic. Man, we'll watch it. I won't watch it like 50 times. I want you guys to see it. Oof. High speed crash, probably about 100 miles per hour, I would guess. Man, that's just rough. But how well the aircraft held up in a crash like that, and the whole thing didn't just crumple. Like, these little regional jets are very strong. Flipped over and everybody survived when that pilot forgot to flare coming in. So anyway, that video is there right now. So if you guys would pop to that, I would greatly appreciate it. And okay. There we go. Share. Okay, hopefully that comes back. I'll go ahead and recount that again. Can't see black screen. 1 Max Afterburner gift membership from Dan Starr. Thank you for that. Let's see. Joey Stevens okay, it's fixed. Is it back? Okay, cool. Fixed. I see fixed, so that's good. Here's the actual crash itself. Okay, good now. There's the crash. Oh, brutal. Man. Just so final. That's the thing I hate about these accidents. The fire truck starts turning at the last minute. Man. but it's too little too late. The aircraft is coming in fast. That looks faster than 35 miles per hour to me. The last recorded ground speed was 35 miles per hour, but that might be as the wreckage is happening and moving. It could still be recording some ground speed, but it does look like faster. Let's watch it full speed. Yeah, it does look like faster than 35 miles per hour to me, but again, it's hard to tell from that angle. So, okay, we're pretty much at the Dan Starr. Thank you for sending the memberships. We got 2 minutes till we go members only. And then just ask everybody to go ahead and watch the live stream or go ahead and watch the video that's about to come out on that incident. That would be great. Tower instructed the truck to hold short of the runway, and maybe they interpreted it as cross the runway. I cover that in the video, so go ahead and check that out. Runway incursion. Darth Leon asks, how can that happen? Yeah, I know, it's brutal, man. It's very tragic. I cover that in the video, so go to the video and watch that. I'll give members here a couple minutes though to just kind of hang out because I'm super grateful for the memberships. Honestly, the memberships are growing. We're almost at 300 members, which is huge, and we're building a new studio specifically for members, but it'll be used for other things too. So appreciate that. Let's see, Charlie, Doan. Good Fox, Skydog. The person driving the truck did not heed the warning of the controller. Man, it's just terrible. Yield to aircraft. That's from Top Gun PR. Absolutely. Yeah, no spam. I completely agree. And it's just crazy that a spammer is going to come in and think that they could spam and then that's going to get me to debate them. All it's going to get me to do is ignore them. And it's going to get Max Afterburner producer to just zap them out of here with her high-powered microwave. So 30 seconds, this will all go to a members-only chat, and then I'll just kind of hang out with you guys for about 5-10 minutes or so. I got my kid that I got to take care of after this, so I'll leave after we do a little bit of members-only stuff, which I'm excited about. This will be the first members-only section. So Skydog, Doan, Top Gun PR, George Sheldon, Geeter, Good Fox, Anthony, Evelyn, Jessica, Doan, Richie, 7, 6. Goes members only in 3 seconds. 3, 2, members only. Bye, everybody.